Hey folks, MACT here, and I have this 2019 Dodge Caravan RT, and I got the unfortunate pleasure of driving this thing from Davenport, Iowa to Louisville, Kentucky, and all I can say is, wow. It took me the entire drive to even try to get comfortable in the seats in this thing. They are not a long haul seat. That's all I can tell you. But first, let's take a look at this RT. Yes, it's an RT Caravan. It's a 2019 model. This model was manufactured March of 2019. It has about 34 or so thousand miles on it. It's a rental car, but I did take it and give it a nice little 6.5 hour test drive. So yeah, I got some time in the seat, unfortunately, and oh my gosh, oh yeah, I don't think my rear's gonna be any good after this, but hopefully the replacement vehicle for this going home will be far better. Anyway, let's take a look at this RT Dodge Caravan 2019 and see what maybe I liked about it. I'm doubtful. First things first, we got a mighty 3.6 LVVT engine in it. Standard hydraulic power steering. Come on, Dodge. FCA, you're so far behind the time. Everybody's got electronic power steering, and you guys are still doing the old hydraulic voodoo dance. Other than that, standard battery configuration and everything else. I will say that this little 3.6, you know, it doesn't mind getting high RPMs on it, and she will scream, but I'm not sure the scream matches the output, if you know what I mean. So yeah, it goes. I will say that it will go. It's not a Dodge RT, I don't think. It's a Dodge 2 or whatever they're saying this thing is. But yeah. Is this a soccer mom vehicle? Maybe, if mom doesn't mind jumping down a few notches in quality, I guess that might be it. Or maybe it's all you can afford. Or maybe it just somebody gave it to you. I don't know. I don't think I'd be buying this critter. FCA, sadly lacking so far. We'll say they got the black wheels. 4-wheel disc all around. This is the Grand Caravan, as you can see, and it is the Flex Fuel E85 GT. That's right, it's a GT, not an RT. What am I saying? Back hatch is not a manual or a assisted lift. You got to lift it up. It's got a locking mechanism that will lock it down. Gas can, just so you know. Yep, there you go. You can run all the Jim Beam through this you want to run, and you'll be perfectly fine. Black painted wheels. I'm not so sure about that. You know, I guess it makes it a little sportier, but then again, not. Has room for roof rails and all that stuff. And it has the auto open, which is nice. It comes on the key fob too. Oh, look! Oh, she's hiding. Let's shut the door again. What do you think of this on the ride down? Is it good or bad?
The navigation is bad, but it had lots of room.
There you go. Be quiet back there.
It's freezing.
Now the seats do adjust. They're red stitched, I guess leather. Not much to them. I found these controls very not intuitive. I kept reaching here to do the driver's window, but I kept having to force myself to reach further forward to do this. Just a personal fault of mine, but I kept hitting this one all the time rather than this one because it was natural to have your hand here, and that's where the button is. So yeah, I had to learn that. Cup holders, all that good stuff. We're not really into that, but what I am into, and we can adjust that old fan up there to try to get some of this going. Standard windshield wiper thing. push to mist and all this other stuff, so we can do that. Does have the cruise. Cruise worked pretty good. Didn't really try those out too much because I didn't connect too much. But fuel economy, folks, 22.1 over the entire drive. So I can only assume that it'll be even worse in the city. And this was on a 6.5 hour drive. So yeah, don't expect a lot of huge fuel economy out of it. And the mileage is 34,732 on this. So it's got a few miles on it. Almost empty of gas. I gotta turn this thing in. Has auto headlights, which worked. I didn't have a problem with that. And then buttons, of course, lock the doors. This here does the back end thingy for the windows. So anyway, view map. All I can say about this navigation is it doesn't even work like a broken clock. At least a broken clock's right twice a day. This thing struggled to be right once. I don't know how many times it took us off the main path to drive through back streets trying to get to where we're going when we're paralleling the darn interstate. This navigation is the worst navigation I have had the displeasure of actually using in any vehicle. Yeah, it's horrible. That's why I brought my GPS with me, because yeah, this thing is terrible. The radio works all right, heat, AC, all that stuff, it works. But if you're looking for a long haul vehicle in this, don't do it. This thing, and this shift lever, I'm not used to it. Maybe people like it up there, but I don't. That's just, I don't know, it's in the way. For me, it just is not comfortable. It doesn't feel right. It's not in the right place. And the sensation of putting it into drive, going all the way down, I'm still trying to get used to it. It's just something I'm not used to. Might just be me, but I'm not used to it. So anyway, it does have all your other buttons right here for the doors, and on and off for the windows and everything, so nobody can run those. And of course, other controls. You got your sunglasses right there, or you got, I guess, I don't know what, yeah, there you go. You got your rear view seat, so you can see what's going on. That's I guess a nifty little thing. You could actually take and keep track of the, you know, the little minions in the back bouncing around. Hi, Mercedes. I can see you. This is the spy mirror. What do you think about it?
I didn't see it before.
I didn't either. I just found it.
Wow.
And then, what's this do here? What's in here? You'd think there's a TV in there, and guess what's in there? What's in there?
Nothing!
Nothing!
Oh, it's like what should be there.
It's like an eyeglass thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's nothing in there.
There's even two more! Hang on! Not one, but 2 and 3!
Wow!
Wait, never mind. There's 4!
There's 4 of them? Oh my gosh, there are 4 of them! What do you do with that? What would you put in there?
Well, we have like 2 people right here who could sit, and then like 3 or 2 over here that could sit. So
What would you do with those? That is lunatic.
Actually,
stuff.
yeah. What would you put in there? I guess like if you're able to, you could put like those like mini TVs. If you
Yeah, but there's not. Why would they put them in if there's no TVs? What are they doing?
I don't know.
Just taking up space?
I guess it'll like give you like.
Do the lights work? Do you push on the lights?
How do you do? Yeah.
The little LED light bulbs?
Yeah.
That's one thing, these little LED light bulbs, yeah, you can move these things around wherever you want to move them to. Just push in the center, turn them on and off. I guess those are all right. But overall, folks, I'm going to tell you. Got it now? This GPS is the dumbest GPS I ever. The 64 is right over here, and it's trying to take me on back roads to get to the road to go to the dealership. This is insane, people. Look at this thing. Don't even know where it wants to go. The FCA navigation system on this Dodge is garbage. Let me try to get to where I gotta go. I have to make this thing actually do something it doesn't want to do, and that is get us to the point we want to go to.
Hallelujah.
Bye.
It's starting.
All right. Yeah. This other issues I have with this are the transmission and the shifting. The engine, I don't know. It doesn't shift and it doesn't run well. It feels like it's missing on occasions, and you gotta give it a lot of gas. And once you get it screaming, then it goes. But the transmission is not smooth. If you baby it, it's like it doesn't even want to shift. But if you slam down on the gas on it, then it'll shift. But like right now, it's going down. It'll scream, then it does. See that? It has, like it's slipping. It's not a real good shift. So, I don't know. This is a Dodge. It is a Dodge transmission, and historically, it's always proven that it's a Dodge transmission, if you all know what I mean. So, anyway, let's try to get to where we're going with this thing without it breaking down on the way. We are now about, let's see, it says about 8 minutes away from where we need to be. Pick up my 2019 Ford Edge. On the way to the dealership. Well, folks, all I can tell you, this Dodge Grand Caravan GT, or whatever they want to call it, 2019, is, I guess, if you're just going to spend a short amount of time in it, running the kids back and forth to school, a couple miles a day, it serves all the basic functions. There's nothing special about this thing. The low fuel, I did find out. I ran it down to low fuel, and it says, oh, you got like 30 miles, and by the time it got down to 25 miles of fuel left, all it read was low fuel. You didn't even know how much fuel you had left anymore, which makes it hard if you're going to try to go to zero. So, yeah, so basically it forces you to guess or go get gas, one of the two. I guess mentally you're thinking, oh my God, I don't know how much gas I got left, so I better go get some. But I'm running this thing empty because I got it empty, so I'm running it empty to get it back to the car rental place I got it from and go there. But yeah, you know, overall, I wouldn't buy this thing. If you have a specific purpose of just transporting people short trips, it might work to do the job. Oh, one thing we did find, right, Mercedes? Mm-hmm. Remember when we were checking it out at night, waiting for our pizza? Yeah. What were the lights doing? The headlights. Flickering. The headlights were flickering.
Slightly, but they were flickering.
They were flickering. So I'm not so sure about the electrical in this thing. And, you know, the headlights were sitting there flickering. We could see it against the wall. So, yeah, not a good thing. Hi, folks. MACT here, MACT Ford Edge. And we are in this Grand Caravan. And we're in the last 30 minutes of its life with us because we are going to pick up a 2019 Ford Edge Titanium 2.0 EcoBoost with 6,000 miles on it here in Louisville, Kentucky. And that's where we're at right now. So let's go along for the ride to the dealership and let's check this vehicle out that I've never seen. So let's go. Anywho, that's it, folks. Make sure you like, subscribe, join MACT Ford Garage. Yes, MACT Garage. And take and subscribe to my channel here. And we'll try to put out some more videos on what's going on. But anyway, Mercy Girl, what do you say? Not bad. What do you say about liking and subscribing?
Like and subscribe the video and the channel.
All right, and we got the Band of Ones, gonna play some great music. And gosh, my feet hit the floor today. I'm having a great day, and I want you to have a great day too. Let's see a quick walk around of this thing.